Big up the Mandem. Welcome back to Pitch Picks, reporting live from Istanbul. It's your host, Nikki Smokes. We got a lot of shit to get into. So let's just start with what matters most. Arsenal is back, 5-2 thrashing of West Ham. I flew into Istanbul. I'm at the bar. I am off the fucking piss. And you don't have YouTube TV out there. You have nothing. So I'm getting all my updates on it looks like I'm watching the game on a Game Boy, and all I see is everyone getting goals. I couldn't tell if it was Odegaard, I couldn't tell if it was Trossard, I couldn't tell what player was which. All I saw was the ball going back in the net. Not once, not twice, not three times, not four times, five times. This team is so back, it's actually scary. I feel bad for the rest of the league. And look, we got Zod dancing as he should. So I'm going to pass it along to my brother and let him take the floor. Zod, go ahead. Do your thing, brother.
I'm enjoying myself, folks.
No, it's different gravy. 18 goals in 3 games. That's no like small feat, you know? That's a lot of goals.
This is when we start circling the wagons. This is when the Arsenal comes back from the dead. Bukayo Saka, rightfully the best player in the Premier League as of right now. He's the best young player in the Premier League right now. Martin Odegaard. I mean, this guy is truly magical. When he's on the ball, he's fucking magical. There's no one better on the pitch right now than Martin Odegaard. Him and Saka is like LeBron and Wade, Jordan and Pippen. Give me another one. Give me another. What's another one? What's another dangerous duo?
Jordan.
There's got to be another one. Who was it? Was Patrick Kane and some other square that he probably won a Stanley Cup with. Taze, there it is, Jonathan Taze. That's what these boys are. These men are different. These men are different, bro. And I'm telling you right now, Liverpool, don't slip. Don't slip up, bro, because this team is coming, and they're coming fast. No diddy, no pause, belt to ass. That's what this team is on right now.
What do you mean don't slip? Don't slip. They got to slip 3 times. They got to slip 3 times.
Buffer. They're not you.
Like
they can be. They can be.
This don't slip one time. They can slip once.
I said don't slip a lot.
I don't know if Miresh is doing a bit and all that when he made that little snark-ass comment that he just made saying that Arsenal scoring 14 goals in 3 games. Is that good? Is that not good? Of course it's fucking good.
No, why was I doing a bit? I'm not you. I'm not you. I'm stroking you guys. What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Listen.
Well, we don't want you stroking. We want you slopping.
I want to talk to all the idiots that have been in my comments for the last 3-4 years when I tell them that Bukayo Saka is an unbelievable player. I try to tell people that Bukayo Saka is better than Foden. You know what they told me, Nikki Smokes? Oh, because you have an American accent. You sound American. You're a Yankee. So that means that you know nothing because you have an American accent. Well, guess who was right, motherfuckers? Guess who was fucking right? The kid is unbelievable. He is efficient. The problem is the guy gets from point A to point B in the fastest, most efficient manner. The problem is these idiots on here just want to see people dilly-dally while getting from point A to point B. So because you do stepovers, they think that, oh, you're world class. Guess what? Some idiot over there on the right wing will take 20 stepovers to get to point B. Saka does 1, and he gets to point B, bangs it in, and they're like, oh, this idiot that does 20 is way better than Saka. No, Martin Odegaard, another one. Bro, this guy must be the best midfielder on the planet. I'm going to say that with chest. He hasn't got the minutes this season, but I've seen enough. I have seen enough. I know he's going to be the best midfielder this entire season. Guy is mustard. Come in, he's changed my life. This fucking thing. I know nothing about this thing no more. Odegaard is back. Jackson out. Jackson's gone. Jackson's never coming back. He will never be back because guess who's back? Martin Odegaard is back. The Arsenal's back. Yuri and Timber. My fucking right back, bro. My right back, that guy. I love Ben White, but
Ben White lost his job. I love
them all. But listen, I'm back. I'm happy. I'm gassed. I'm focused on me. One game at a time, Gooners. One game at a time. I'm focused on me. Will Liverpool slip? We'll see. We'll go game by game. They have to drop 3 games. I think they will drop 3 games. But this Arsenal team, let me tell you something. Look at this.
He's out of breath.
I'm exhausted. This Arsenal team, I'm back. I am never leaving unless Martin Odegaard is on that field. I'm never leaving. Last guy.
I'm not fucking leaving. He's out of breath, dude. He can't breathe.
Last guy, Gabriel. Bro, it's a fucking sauna in here. The heater's on. I'm in my Staten Island hoodie. Shout out Dan. Last guy, Gabriel, bro. Gabriel. Mickey Smokes is in Turkey to get the fucking Gabriel. Guess whose headpiece is on top? Gabriel. Bro. Boom. Corners are penners. Boom. Corners are penners. Bro, Fabianski had to punch him in the fucking face to stop. He had to punch him in the face, of which Fabianski should have gotten a red card. You can't just fucking punch somebody and just because you're a goalkeeper, you're like, oh, he was going for the ball. And he missed it, so it's fine.
All right.
But
Miresh,
Gabriel,
are you the producer?
boom, the Arsenal.
How long are we gonna let this
back.
go on? We get it.
Arsenal, boom,
Arsenal.
United. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, United.
No, I like to let him do this because he goes and he says that it's people like me and Smokes and you and Rudy who make people think that Americans and people who like soccer who don't live in England are delusional and crazy. No, I just let him go because he is a full-on nut job. Look at him. He's walking around with chest out like they've just won a treble, a Champions League, a Premier League, things they haven't done ever or in 20 years, and he's celebrating. And they're 9 point Liverpool, their closest threat is 9 points clear of them.
Yeah.
They can do all of this, but their team is taking care of business. Liverpool beat City, the thing that they have yet to be able to do more than one time.
Out of them, beat the shit out of them.
So he can sit around and parade, but at the end of the day, there is the biggest point differential at Christmas in a long time. Sitting in front of him.
Zah, let me ask you a question. You said that Liverpool has to slip 3 times. Does that mean Arsenal's going undefeated the rest of the way?
Who do you want answering? Who do you want answering this question? I
asked Zah.
What did you say? What's your question?
I said you're like, hey, Liverpool has to slip 3 more times. Does that mean that you think for the rest of the year Arsenal's going undefeated?
Are we capable? Absolutely. Are we going to? Absolutely not. There's going to be more twists.
All right.
There's going to be a lot of twists in this race. It's not over. It's nowhere near over.
I have a question. Remember at the start of the year, City looked phenomenal. Like, oh, they're never going to lose. They're never going to lose. This is the same City team. Like, they're perfect. And I was tweaking. I was like, yo, it's over. City's got it in the bag. Why can't Liverpool hit a slump? Are they slump proof? Are they slip proof? Do they have weatherproof tech boots on that this team can't slip up for the next 5 months?
Every team is capable of a slump. I mean, Zah was doing tricks on it, and I think you need to get in, put your mic close to your mouth, and say you're sorry to Joe Gomez, because you said that without Konate, they were going to falter, that they were going to be bins. This was the collapse. They went in, Joe Gomez put in a solid shift, and then he went over to the right and covered for Trent when they wanted to rotate Trent out. So he went in and did the damn thing like I told you he could, and you were going, this is the end. They're not going to be at the same Liverpool. They were the same, if not better, Liverpool with him in this lineup.
And Van Dijk had Haaland in his pocket. He folded him up and put him in his pocket.
I'll concede. Congratulations, Joe Gomez. You made me look stupid. You stood up for yourself with chest. I thought that you were gonna be the weak link. That's gonna be fucking shook for like 4 or 5 goals by Man City. You stood up with your thing. But guess what? Ibu Konate, from what I'm hearing, is out to 6-8 weeks. Joe Gomez, you gotta do that 14 games.
No,
not just again. I don't think he smokes 14 more games in a row.
I don't think Joe Gomez is the problem. I think if Trent goes down and they have to rotate Gomez to the right and put Kwanzaa in there, that's the problem. Jarrell Kwanzaa is not that level, and that's the problem if they have to do that. But now we're speaking in hypotheticals. Now we're speaking in hypotheticals, and we don't do that on this show.
Never. And they could, if that does happen, they will add a center back in January. They might do it anyways. So. I think Liverpool's got staying power. That's for sure.
Shout out to my guy Leandro Trossard.
You guys are
Shout out to my guy,
flashing the guns on screen.
Get the gats out. We got the gats out.
You need to get a sniper rifle because that's how far Liverpool is away from you guys. Okay,
Nah,
We're fine,
three games. Don't worry about it.
Chief. I know you're an American. You've only been watching this sport for like a year, but brother, the season doesn't end in Christmas. Ends in May, bro. We got plenty of time. Plenty of time.
They're gonna cook me in the comments. Deservedly so. But I mean, bro, after that first half, I have a right to be gassed. That was unbelievable. 7 goals. Trossard. People were hating on Trossard. Arsenal fans that were hating on Trossard. That pass that
Za, you were one of them. You were one of them.
You were telling him he's better get ready to speak Saudi Arabian.
I didn't use those words. I didn't say that. That's
yes, you did.
Pushing your agendas. Don't put that on my name.
That was Jackson Michael.
That was not even Jackson Michael.
You said Bukayo Saka sucked on this program. This is why people make fun of you. You're the most flippant. You ride the highs, you don't ride the lows. You cry during the lows.
That's the problem. That's the problem with you idiots in the comments that claim to be tacticals and know-it-all footballers. Apparently, you can't change an opinion in life. Once
you can't change it every day. You can't change it every day,
brother, because that's life. Things change in life every day.
If I went Trump Kamala every day, people would be killing me for that. So we're gonna treat you with the same fucking respect in this show.
They should die.
You did not just compare that.
I want to hear them.
You said opinions are opinions.
I want to hear them all in the comments. I want to hear them all.
I want to hear them too. So make sure you guys drop some comments below.
You know what? I'll say it then. If you can go here and say this with chest, why can't Chelsea be doing the same thing? You're only ahead of them. You're only ahead of them in the table based on alphabet. Right now, you're even on everything. Alphabet's got you in second place.
They can feel hopeful and all that. Rightly so. I don't speak on their behalf. I'm sure my guy Carefree Lewis is doing gym. Actually.
Oh, they're staying humble. Crazy. Their manager has told them, sit down. We're not in a title race. We're just trying to win the next game. You guys are parading like you've won something.
Life is there to be enjoyed. I'm not parading. I'm enjoying my 5-2.
What would you say the 45 seconds where you're walking in a circle behind the fucking computer? Would you call that a parade? I would call that a parade.
Miresh wants me to be angry. Quite literally just 1-5-2. Bukayo Saka just dropped a masterclass and you want me to be angry.
I want you to be angry. I want you to be fair and objective and say that
this is fairness, bro. Did you not see that masterclass first half? You're in fucking timber, baby.
It was a masterclass. It was glorious to watch on my iPhone.
Keep winning, Miresh. Don't make us keep winning, and don't make us win midweek. My God, don't make us win on Wednesday.
Dude, I hate how all these games are happening when we're all in different locations.
I know.
Don't make me win on Wednesday. My God, bro. Out of respect for you as a human being, Miresh, if Arsenal wins on Wednesday, I'll actually consider quitting this podcast. Out of respect for you as a human being.
Oh, you so don't want to know me if you beat Manchester United in what you guys have all said the most feeble state, that's like I have to quit the podcast is the biggest moment in my life. That's the biggest moment in your life, beating Manchester United in a feeble state.
I don't do these states or whatever. If it says Manchester United on the jersey, on the chest, I wanted to burn and die each and every time I encounter, whether you're good, whether you're bad, whether you don't have a manager, whether
that'll be a sick trophy for you to hoist at the anything else, big man.
And so I don't think it's going to be an easy task on Wednesday. I mean, these boys coming off a 4-0 win. I mean, it was against Everton, but 4-0's 4-0.
Nah, they look good.
Does a Ramadan? How do you say that Jit's name? A Ramadan? Amarin. That boy might be nice, dog.
They'll come find you in your room there, Turkey. Throw it up.
What are words?
You're saying words that are a little too close to your borders. No.
I don't even know what I'm bordering around right now. I'm trying to pronounce names correctly, and you guys are giving me shit for trying to better myself. So next time I see Chief fucking doing cardio at the office at 8 a.m., I'm just gonna laugh at him and call him a fat pig and ask him why he's trying to get better. Okay?
I'm happy you're getting hair. I'm not rooting against you. I'm only rooting against White Sox Dave and maybe Rudy a little bit. But I will say, just so you're in a war zone. That's where you are right now. You're in like a literal fucking war zone, or like 30 miles from it. And you're in a war zone this week too, because I think United is turning the corner a little bit. That was pretty impressive.
Miresh, what are your thoughts on that game? It was impressive to say the least.
No, I'm not going to sit here and chest out. Like Everton, like the manager said, Everton deserved a little bit more than they got on that score sheet. Ark's XG wasn't very high. They could have Beto could have scored in the first 20 minutes on that break. Beto should have scored there.
They had like an 8-minute spell in the first half where they looked good. The rest of the time, I thought United.
Yeah, but that game's a little different if Branthwaite doesn't have takes the piss 2 times. He got his pocket robbed being lazy in his trial for Manchester United. This is a guy that Everton fans were saying to United people, come and spend 80 million. 80 million this guy is valued at. And he looked like the lowest, most feeble state of Harry Maguire out there. That is the problem with rating all these English players. He got his pocket picked by like the small little mighty Amad Diallo 2 times to set up those goals. Without those goals, it's a 2-0 game. They're still very much in it. So that's why I'm not saying with chest out. Xerxes and Rashford both look different gravy that day. Good to them. Xerxes burying shots that he's historically missed for United. And Rashford is, I don't know what Rashford's doing. The first one was a prayer. He was going.
Miresh.
What?
As someone who is the receipt keeper of the show, which is you, I saw a little twerking on your timeline saying Rashford is back. I think you put him in outer space, actually.
I didn't put him in outer space.
I'll pull it up.
Every time Rashford scores,
Rashford
scores, I post the same picture. It's this with my face on it. That's it. That's all I post.
Okay.
I said Rashford 2 goals. I said
on Twitter you were twerking. You were twerking on Twitter. That's all I'm saying.
I'm celebrating my team scoring goals. That's it. I never once said we are back, at least in a public setting. I just said that we are playing good football and it's focusing on the next one. Unfortunately, in that game, Kobe Mainu picks up a 5th yellow card. Lisandro Martinez picks up a 5th yellow card. So they are both suspended on Wednesday. But inversely, Lenny Yoro is confirmed going to be in the lineup on Wednesday. So we might be getting a look at him. Exciting times for United fans. We paid a lot of money for him in the summer. Exciting to see him on the pitch. Do I think it's a little bit of a tall task to put him out there for that one? Sure. We're probably going to see. I don't know if he'll start. Depending on how the game's going, he'll probably get in. Fat boy Luke Shaw is probably going to be in for Lisandro. We'll have Matisse de Ligt out there. But yeah.
Has Yoro played any minutes in the academy?
I don't believe he's played any minutes in the academy.
He ain't gonna play against Arsenal then.
All I know is that he's traveling with the squad.
He's been in training with the squad, right?
Yeah, he's been in first team training.
Okay.
So we'll see. But yeah, Mazraoui, last time he played against Bukayo Saka, Bayern Munich, he did lock him up. So we'll see. I'm not overtly optimistic for this game. I don't think it's going to go very well for United. Arsenal are coming off a red-hot campaign. Like we said, 14-plus goals in 3 games. On the other side, in Manchester...
We're going to take your lunch.
We were undefeated in the month of November, quietly. Undefeated. We haven't lost a game.
You had 1 win the whole month.
We didn't lose a game.
That's what I'm
correct,
thinking.
but you won 1 game.
But we didn't lose any, so
yeah.
We won one Premier League game, but we play other competitions.
Correct. Ones that don't matter and mean nothing. But yes, nonetheless, you are correct.
So that's interesting because it would have mattered if you won in 2019, but since you guys lost in that final, it doesn't matter. But it's okay.
Anyway, all right, we're 20 minutes in. I've been trying to wait for Rudy, but I can't put the Chelsea match or the Nottingham Forest match ahead of the Liverpool Man City game. Liverpool goes out there, dominates Man City 2-0. I was watching the game with Rudy at this pub in Istanbul because they were all showing the Galatasaray game, but we somehow found a pub that showed the Premier League game, and it was slammed with Liverpool fans. Like it was as if I went to a Liverpool bar in Chicago in fucking Istanbul. I've never seen anything like it. Rudy was the only City fan there. And I know I was supposed to like want a City win or a result, but just like sitting behind Rudy and staring at his bald spot and knowing that he has surgery the next day and just
That's
watching his
just
team
rude.
just get fucking dismantled in person brought me so much joy that I had to say a prayer to God to forgive me for my sins and to teach me how to love others the way I love myself. Because I never felt more devious in my entire life than sitting there and smiling every single time Liverpool put one in the back of the net. And I know as an Arsenal fan, I'm not supposed to do that. But as a fair and objective friend of this program, I had no choice but to hate watch Rudy lose in person. That's my piece.
I wish I loved that video you posted from the Pitch Picks Twitter account. That brought me so much joy. I tweeted it. This is the Manchester City that I was raised on. 7 straight games without a win. They blew in the one game where they could have won. They blew a 3-0 lead. Granted, that City wasn't playing in Europe, so I didn't have that. But God, this is great to watch. And Pep is suffering from severe head loss, walking around. He not only did the 6 fingers up when they were chanting it, at the end of the match, when they went to go clap away the traveling fans, which, by the way, they did not sell out that section. Biggest game on their calendar so far this season. They did not sell out the traveling section. He walks over to the 20 people that were still there with this, walking around Anfield like this. That is Mourinho head loss. Just witnessing the collapse of the system you've brought into the Premier League, and you have nothing left to stand on but these 6 fingers. That's it.
You two guys just summed up everything I think about City. It's you're at a place across the world. There's still only one City fan there, and he had to come from America. And then you're talking about the away end that's not sold out and everybody left early. That's City. They don't deserve any happiness, any joy. That's a fake plastic club. I hope they have even harder times coming on Wednesday. Fuck that team. And that game should have been 6-0. They missed chance after chance in the first half.
Virgil should have had a hat trick in the first
Van
half.
Dijk.
Yeah.
Gabriel scores.
Dominated.
Gabriel scores both of those.
Hey, give me credit for being fair and objective. Did I not
You're
put
right.
that in the group chat?
Nah, you're damn right.
Yeah, they murdered them. Holland had nothing. What is going on with De Bruyne?
You just said a name, Holland. I don't think he was starting. I think they started the other guy. I didn't see him on the pitch. I truly did not see him on the pitch.
Don't do this, guys. Guys, don't.
What
do
do you
this.
mean don't do this? He was not a threat on the
I'm gonna
pitch.
need to
He
do
had 2
this for a
kicks of the
second.
ball.
Go on.
He did 2 kicks of the ball.
I will not participate in such.
Everybody knows he's a Viking. He's he's incredible. He's a fucking dragon. We've said it. He looks like a Game of Thrones character. He has not been an impact player for a long time. It's without the service and without everything going right for City, he's not. It's kind of like what Roy Keane said. I think it was last year. He's like, yeah, he's a League 2 guy when it comes to talent. He's a freak. He's a monster when it comes to athletic ability. But this is where you want Phil Foden and Holland to be like, all right, it's our team now. We're going to drive the play. We're going to make things happen. We're going to grab this losing streak by the scruff of the neck and get this thing turned around. It's not happening. So they looked so bad. It hurts me because I feel like they're due for a bounce back, and Forrest is walking into.
They've been due though. That's the thing. Like they're the first gallon of milk at the fucking grocery store. That they're already expired, and they got to find something. And just because you're match 8, I don't think that means that's going to be the one, because you could have said Liverpool, you could have said Feyenoord or whatever the fuck that club's called. You could have went down the last 6 matches, and they were due after 2 losses.
Yeah, but
3 losses.
Don't you think the collapse against Feyenoord and then getting absolutely smoked by Liverpool? Don't you think that this has to be rock bottom?
They could get lower. They play you guys midweek.
I know. And I do think that they'll struggle against us too. Like I don't know. I'm not like super confident heading into that game. but it's Forest kind of got back to what they were against Ipswich.
Not easy to break down.
They're not easy to break down, and now they're healthy again. So Anderson and Gibbs-White were both back in the lineup, and then Milankovic. Look, I really like Liam Delap. I hope that Forest are in the mix for him in the summer. He was invisible in that game, so I do think that if we play to our capabilities, we'll be able to limit Holland as well.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not
sorry, go ahead. Zach.
Okay, no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, since October 30th, I tweeted this: 7 games without a win, 19 goals conceded,
It's
7
great.
goals scored, 12 goal minus 12 goal differential.
They weren't.
Might I add that was right after Stay Humble, eh?
Yeah, but even in the beginning of the year when Smokes, you're saying that they were winning games and they're same old City. If you look back at the scores, they were not keeping clean sheets. They were giving up goals. They've been giving up goals the entire year.
I'm gonna be. I mean, people always say bias. This guy. I'm gonna be objective once here, and I'm actually gonna defend City. I mean, the nonsense at Guardiola. Yeah, we're taking the piss out of them and streak and all that, but the nonsense that Guardiola has had to deal with squad wise. It happens if it happens to any one of our. Yeah, they've got the riches. They are the riches. They've got 18 guys, 19 guys that are ready to go. But the nonsense that happens to Guardiola, if that happens to any one of ours, we would just like him not be able to cope. So he's had to deal with a whole lot of that, a whole lot of the injuries and all that nonsense.
Where have you been as an Arsenal fan?
Look at us. We lost one player. We lost one player, and Arsenal looked like we couldn't even play football. Guardiola hasn't had a steady lineup. This entire season. He's moved bits and pieces. Bro, I'm being introduced to defenders. I had no idea. James Simpson, pussy, who the fuck is that kid?
He's got a great last
he's
name.
gone down. He's literally gone down to that level. Whereas we lost one guy. We lost Odegaard. Changed out. I mean, granted. I mean, other areas.
I don't want to.
We
hear
lost
this.
way more than just that.
This is what great managers do. There was an FA Cup, and I know you guys hate when I bring up history. There was an FA Cup final, United against Arsenal, where Fergie had to trot out 8 defenders because nobody else on the team was fit.
I remember that.
And just put Rooney out there to be and Chicharito, and then 8 defenders.
Wasn't it the twins? That was the era with the twins.
Fabio and Rafael,
the Brazilian twins. Yeah.
Cleverly, I think, was in the mix. But this is what great managers do. They adapt, they change the tactics. And it goes back to what I said last week. Pep has never rebuilt a system. He runs away when it gets difficult, and he has to rebuild. And all these guys are aging out. And now it's going to be the collapse.
That's a good point to say. He's, I don't think it's over. I personally don't think it's over yet. But yes, that is a very good point. That he's the guy that he's Mr. I only work in ideal conditions. He's at City. He's at City because that's the blank checkbook team kind of thing. So I get that. But is he over? Absolutely not. Is City over for this season? Absolutely not. I think they still call me crazy.
I don't know.
And it's also my PTSD. I think they're still favorites for the
you have PTSD with City. You were another clip. We can pull it back. You were banging the drum about City beating Liverpool. You wouldn't hear anybody talking about how Liverpool would win. It's like it's City. And then I
don't know what's going on.
From the jump, it was all Liverpool all day. City feels pretty broken. I hate that it's Forest walking into Wednesday because this will be clipped. City's broken, then they beat Forest. But I don't see a way, the way things are going, who's coming back that's going to rescue this thing?
But yeah, I mean, he's got his new guy, Mateus Nunes out there. He paid money for him. He didn't bring on the 100 million pounds.
Because the other guys are dead.
What do you mean? Savinho and Doku came on in that game, but you've also got options like Grealish, who he paid 100 million. And you know what? It has been 350 days since he last scored in the Premier League, and he's only gotten 1 league assist in the last 461 days.
Oh, Miresh.
Nobody talks about that flop.
Why is it so far down the pecking order?
Oh, Miresh. Just let Bukayo Saka or Marcus Rashford not score for one game, Miresh. What happens? What
No,
happens when
this
Bukayo
guy hasn't
Saka, you see,
scored in almost 365.
I'm
It's
giving
crazy.
Miresh credit too. What happens, which is actually out of them, actually Saka might be worse, but that's we're talking about them two. What happens when Rashford or Saka does nothing, bro? Murdered for the next month. Foden hasn't done anything. Grealish hasn't done anything. Just because they're white English guys, they're not saying anything.
And
It's
they'll
crazy.
consistently get called up. Another fun little tidbit.
What they're watching Rice's price tag for us. They watch Rice's price tag as a player.
That's because they wanted him.
Grealish,
That's
no,
because they
yeah,
wanted
Arsenal.
him.
And that too. But it's crazy. Sorry.
And another fun tidbit stat for you. United have had 3 managers since the last time City won a game. 3 managers.
That's fucking
Wait,
crazy.
how does that work?
That's crazy.
Ten Hag fired.
That's actually the wildest stat I've ever heard in my life.
It's been that long.
Eric Ten Hag was in a job when they last won a game.
Oh my God,
That's crazy. I wish Rudy was here.
And just so, because people always complain and all. I mean, I'm not gonna big up Liverpool like they're Saka or anything. So it's like people want me. That's the thing. It's like they want me to throw the same parade I throw for Saka for the other teams. But to touch on Liverpool,
I dislike Liverpool more than any of the other teams, especially affiliated with this show.
Genius.
Gakpo's looking good. You've got that ball by Salah's playing maybe the best football I've ever seen him play.
Ballon d'Or. He's on path for Ballon d'Or.
Yep.
Like Trent is playing incredibly well. Their counter pressing is disgusting. Just like the way that they're able to create turnovers and then just go. They put that long ball from like Robertson all the way. They put it all to Salah with room to run, where it's still out of run for the goalkeeper, and he just has free reign to attack into the box or put one of those back corner. Like it's like unplayable.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's like from just like as a neutral watching Liverpool play right now. It's like this
very fun
way to do
the
it.
intensity.
And when City was winning, it still kind of sucked to watch them the way that they play. Like I love this. They just pass around everything. It's fucking boring in a way. I love watching Liverpool. They just attack. They go for it. It's an onslaught. Like what was the final score in that game? 2 or 3? 2, right?
2. 2-0.
Yeah, right. They had the penalty late. It felt like if they went up 6, like if they had buried those goals, they would have been going for 7. They would have been going for 8. Like
that's what they do.
Yeah, it's awesome. They're a great team to watch.
Now Slot's unreal. He's and the fact that he didn't let his ego, which is a sign of how good of a manager. Managers, when you get a new gaffer comes in, he comes in and tries to change everything just so it can be said by the media that it's his team. He's doing things his way. He hasn't had a window. He's using everything that's in there. He pretty much. I mean, he's playing somewhat of a similar system to Klopp.
That's what Gakpo came out and said. He said it's the same system as Klopp's.
Yeah.
He just makes a couple of tactical adjustments here and there, which are different. But he said we haven't had to learn anything new.
These guys are bought in. He's got people like, bro, you know who the best English midfielder is? This is absolute insanity. I don't know what world I live in right now. Curtis Jones is the best English midfielder right now.
He's good.
It's absolute insanity.
No,
how is Curtis Jones even the best? It's crazy, man. Trent, as you said, Trent's alive. Salah, Ballon d'Or. You know, Salah. It's between Salah and Saka right now for Ballon d'Or. But yeah, Salah, Ballon d'Or. But I mean, I'll be real. That Arsenal section, the Arsenal section, I was just being a wind up and trying to zhuzh it up a little bit, and all that, dude. Just sweating and all.
Yeah.
Don't walk it back now, Zah. Don't walk it back.
No, I'm not walking back. I believe in my team. Trust me. I believe in my team. We can go undefeated to the rest of the season.
If you can do it, they can too.
It's that's the thing. That's what I would. And I think not they can. I think they're more likely.
They played in the span of 7 days. Yeah, they played Real Madrid, in Manchester City in the span of 7 days, and they came out of that 4-0 across both games. I told
Granted,
you
that
this
Madrid
week
team, there was a depleted Madrid team,
they
also
didn't have
depleted City,
Vinny.
but those are
No, they
moral victories.
smoked them.
Those are moral
They
victories.
smoked them.
Those are
Dude,
moral
They're
I told
victories.
you.
dominating
You're
I
still,
everyone
told
they play.
you.
it's
I
still
told you
Real
that week
Madrid.
would define their season, and it is. It has. It is where they are. It is a credit to the football they're
Yep.
I
playing
still think.
and what they're
I
able to
think
go
I
and
need to
accomplish this
see.
season.
I need to see this. I need to see how they cope. One game, yeah. I mean, the City. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. They played very well against Man City. I need to see longer term how they cope without Konate. If they make it till I don't know how many games. It's probably like 5-6 games till the end of December. If they make it till the end of December, fine, still on top with the 9 points. Yeah.
When do
Well,
they
it's
play
I gotta-
again?
I got a
Not till-
question. I got a question for the panel.
Okay.
Earlier in the year, we all ragged on this guy, said he should be flipping burgers at McDonald's. Now he might be the best striker in the Prem. Nicholas Jackson. All this guy does is score. All this Chelsea team does is win games. They smoke Aston Villa 3-0, top 3 in the table, tied with Arsenal across the board except alphabetically. I think it's time we put some respect on the Chelsea. I really do. I don't think this is like a team you could just look over and not worry about.
Nicholas Jackson is giving me Olivier Giroud at Arsenal vibes. He's giving me Olivier Giroud at Arsenal vibes. That motherfucker is scoring by mistake. I stand by my statement.
Hey, help me hit my golden boot, so I'll take it.
Yeah, they're playing well. They're not. It pains me to say this. They're not as good as you guys. So it's not just
Yeah,
the
I would agree with that. Like where you guys are, they're not at that level. They're playing well and they're beating the teams that they should. Like
Yeah.
Villa was feeble going into this game. They were on
Also,
a very
RIP to Villa, by the way. RIP Villa.
been
RIP
They're
to
done.
Villa,
Been
RIP
saying
to
it.
Villa, and to Emi Martinez. This guy
Yeah.
has won bullshit goalkeeper of the year awards, and he was hooked in that game. Subbed a goalkeeper out. What?
Crazy. Oh,
You
that
don't see
I never
on
Messi
saw that
PR.
before. I never saw that
Miresh.
before.
real quick.
It's the
back to
Argentinian PR. Yeah, it's Argentinian
Miresh,
PR.
you
I
save
get it.
one penalty for Messi, it will change your life. It will change your life. Saving one penalty for Lionel
Yo,
Messi.
get me on that line. Get me on the line. I need to
real
see
quick.
something.
real quick is the goalie thing sparked my memory. Ortega in for Ederson for City too.
Yeah.
Like,
What the fuck
what was that? What
That
was
was just
He deserves to lose. He deserves to lose. In fact, thank you, Chief. Completely forgot about that. He deserved to lose that. He deserved to lose that, bro. You don't. I get it. I get that Edison has been taking the piss. He hasn't been the greatest. But that's the business that you're in with the keeper that plays with his feet. They take that risk. Yeah, you've been lucky. Guess what? It's been working for the last 3-4 years. It's been working well and all that. But he's still taking the same risks he did those 3-4 years. Yanked him for that, and that's balls. Your biggest game of the season. Your team is already depleted, and that's the game you choose to drop Edison? That's insane.
that was that. And then with he's doing this when they're getting fucking murdered. Like, hey, dude, nobody cares what
forgot about
happened
the
in
Edison thing.
2018. No one cares.
Especially because that's the fan base that says the loudest, we don't care about your history books.
yeah.
And he brings out the history book. It's rich. It's rich.
Also, very, very rich to be doing. Yes, I know that he won 6. He won 6 titles and all that. But
By the way, Zah, I've never seen anyone put up 6 with their fucking pinky.
oh, really? I didn't even realize that.
Hey, guys, you guys want to talk Spurs real quick? I got my surprise for you guys.
Great.
Wait, hold on. Wait, well, what's the surprise? I'm not talking to Jack Mac. I'm not talking to Jack Mac.
Why?
If it's Jack
Why
Mac,
are
I'm
you
not
not
talking to Jack Mac.
talking to me?
Nah,
Oh,
Why are you not talking
yeah.
to me,
I'm
bro?
not talking to Jack Mac.
Bro,
I'm not talking to Jack Mac.
Hey,
I'm not
Bro,
talking
the
to Jack
season's
Mac.
already
goal.
over.
Shut this thing down. Shut this thing down. How
The
did I
season's
know?
already
Miresh,
over.
You told me you weren't in the office.
The
You said you were in
season's
New
already
York, not
over.
in
The
office.
Christmas tree isn't even up. They
not
didn't
talking-
even
I'm
come
not talking
down
to
with the
Jack Mac.
Christmas tree.
I'm not talking to Jack Mac. Bro, it is. You guys are. What is going on over there?
We're rebuilding. No,
Why
it's
not
all
Lake?
good. We're trying to win a cup this year, this season. We're
You-
still in You guys, all you can talk about is trophies this, trophies that. We're still battling for trophies.
What trophy are you battling for?
Are you
FA Cup,
kidding?
Carabao.
Yep, and
Conference
Europa.
Oh, Europa.
And
No,
so all of those.
I like the idea of having Jack on this show.
Jack
I
Mac,
like this idea.
it's been a pumpy ride. No, but they're not steady though.
You're
Spurs
right.
are
Jack's
good.
talking about he's trying to place for a medal at the Special Olympics. What are we talking about here, bro? This is crazy.
What are the Special Olympics? The FA Cup? All I've heard from Arsenal fans forever has been the FA fucking Cup. FA Cup this, FA Cup that. One time, Troops tried to claim that the Community Shield was a trophy. Okay? So I don't want to talk about nothing about Special Olympics, okay? And also, it's been nothing but smooth riding for Nicky Smokes, okay? Nicky Smokes came in, and he is a true fan. I'm not. But when you come in and you're at the top of the table and you're in Champions League, it's not hard. It's not hard. You don't know the trenches, all right? Za can say whatever he wants, but the trenches but we're battling. And You're right. But Za is an ultimate. He knows ball. And you're right. It's been shaky.
I don't know.
There's
I don't
great
know
moments. There's great moments, and then it falls apart. And then you draw at Fulham. Like it's just you lose to Ipswich. Like it just happens.
Let me ask you this, Jack Mac. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you got him, Zah. Go ahead. Handle your business.
New gaffer. I mean, the guy. I like his accent. The accent is great. The accent is great. The guy has mastered the language of English. So he can fool you. He can fool you with his words, which is what he does. He does it very well. Absolutely.
At least the games aren't boring.
At
least the matches aren't boring.
Brother, we're scoring goals right now. Arsenal games are not boring right now. I don't know if you're making a dig.
It was not a dig. Oh my God, they're so like sensitive, touchy. That was in reference to Tottenham football for the past 5 years has been fossil football. It's been so boring. All right, Mourinho was boring. Pochettino, but that I'm saying post Poch, it's been so boring. And now at least there's big edge ball. Like,
right, so you kind of answer my question. You do like
you
like it.
I mean, I understand
people are on the fence. I see your guys. Your guys are on the fence. I mean, someday they like him. When you slap City 4-0, you like him. When you then get slapped the next game, you're like Ange out. So I was trying to get a read from the Monday. I was like, yo, where do we stand?
I mean, it's tough. It's tough. I think he's on the rocks, but I don't think what I was saying from the point of view that it's entertaining football, there is an aspect where it's like back in the day when it was 1-0, the match was over. It was done. Now there's a little bit of like, okay, but he doesn't know how to defend. Tottenham has never known how to defend. Have been Tottenham's downfall forever. So he has a lot to do, but also, it's funny. I wanted to bring another thing up, and this isn't just for you. And I was thinking about this with Pincus, who's an old Barstool football.
Here we go.
All that needed to happen for Harry Kane to get his flowers for being the best player in the fucking world was for him to leave Tottenham. And it's like people jerk him off nonstop. He's been this good forever.
He hasn't won anything yet.
He hasn't won anything. There is an aspect of him not winning anything.
The first time Bayern doesn't win the Bundesliga is when
that's everybody's end all be all. Everybody,
no.
People knew that Kane was good. People knew he was good. People were saying that he's good for nothing. Harry Kane is good for nothing.
No, people would talk. People now say he's a better striker in his current form than Erling Haaland. 5 years ago, people acted like Harry Kane shouldn't even be near a top strikers in the world, just because of the jersey that he was wearing. And it's disgusting. The slander of this club. Yes, no, it is true.
He's elevated his
It
game.
is
He's
true.
elevated his game ever since.
Harry Kane was
Oh,
like spraying cologne on a
come
piece
on,
of shit.
Yes,
No.
yes, Nicky Smokes. Yes,
No,
Nicky
he
Smokes.
won. You guys would say he wasn't good enough, and he won. He had the most assists and most goals in a season. Like, what else do you want him to do?
Smokes. On a team of so it's teams of 11, right? If you have 10 bums on a team, guess what? The one guy has to do all the work, right?
That's true. That's a fair point.
There was not 10 bums on the teams he was on. There was phenomenal players on these teams.
But even if there were 10 other bums, so he's doing all that without service?
Yeah, exactly. And then if he had a bunch of good players, they'd be like, of course he's good. Where's my boy Ndembele at these days? Where's he at?
Yeah. He's done with France. I thought he was in France, but I think he might be. Bro, I think he might not have a club.
I think he may not have a club. He was the most expensive transfer signing in the history of Tottenham Hotspur's football club.
That was like 3-4 years. This guy fell off so fast, Nicky Smokes. You would think this is like decades ago. Ndombele was bought like 4 years.
All right, let's not act like it. Same
4 years
summer
ago.
that Nicolas Pepe. Pepe was like, Pepe's now in fucking banging porn stars. Same summer. Same summer.
Let's not do this.
Let's not shame him for fucking a fit bird.
Pepe, let me tell you something. Nicolas Pepe is better than Jack Grealish. Nicolas Pepe is better than all those
Nicolas Pepe
motherfuckers.
is better than Jack Grealish?
All those motherfuckers that cost more money. He did better than all those other motherfuckers that are given a pass that cost more money.
I know.
No, Grealish.
Oh, Grealish?
Yeah.
Grealish. I see what you're saying. And Grealish, how much did he cost? Like 110?
Big money side. Pogba, tell the idiot next to
No, Pogba.
Tell him Pepe is better than Pogba.
Pogba, show some respect to Pogba. He got a rough end of the deal. Like Pogba is still top tier.
Pogba.
Yeah, he's top tier on Twitch.
Pogba, showed up for France and on Twitch.
No. Pogba was top of the top, best of the best. Like they screwed him over. Oh my God.
Oh,
Rudy.
I'm gonna go now.
Wait, Jack Mack, one question. No, we'll let him go. Rudy.
I'm sorry, Rudy. Right, I gotta do.
Hold on. I gotta do something.
Oh my God.
Okay, there we go. See you a little later. We're not laughing at your head. We're laughing at your club, brother. You guys are fucking shit.
Oh, Rudy.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay. Rudy, if you could talk about Man City and how you're feeling, please. Or your head, whatever you want to talk about.
Listen,
This is crazy, bro.
I just want you guys to know that life is so short. And you never know. You know, I was so down and out about City. And then I realized I was like, what is this? I have no control over this. You know? And now look at me. I'm improving. But it's just really not like these aren't the important things in life. And I'm just grateful to have good healthcare in this other country. And I'm grateful that I'm on the road to recovery. And I'm improving myself, and I'm hoping my team does.
That was beautiful, Rudy.
That was great.
That was beautiful.
I just think it's crazy that you guys can we really focus on Can we focus on football at a time like this?
Rudy.
What? When you went in for voluntary surgery? You're acting like you have stage 4 cancer.
While there's
The stuff coming out of Istanbul is incredible. It's some of the best content in the history of content.
There's just so much going on in the world. Like, my surgery is one thing, but there's just so much going on. That's what I've learned
Rudy,
from traveling abroad.
That's true. Rudy, were you more shocked at losing 2-0 or that you got more grafts than Dave?
Whoa, really?
Rudy had more hair
Well-
grafts put in than White Sox Dave.
That is the greatest mystery of our generation. I still can't get my head around that.
When I saw that tweet, I swear to God, Nicky Smokes, I collapsed to the floor.
I think my only the only way that's possible is that I had more that you could pull from. Because there's just
Maybe.
no galaxy where I'm more bald than Dave.
Or maybe that crown was just worse than the drone shot was showing.
Now, see, this is the thing where this is where I come back to talking about where like this is like in the grand scheme of the world, this is silly. Like there's wars going on. There's
Oh,
there's
now we
people
care about
recovering.
wars.
There's people recovering from serious procedures, and it's like, what are we really doing?
Like Kevin
you
De
know?
Bruyne.
I'll bring him. I'll bring him
Like
back
Kevin
on
De Bruyne.
track. I'll bring him back on track from the silly things,
Rudy,
back on
can
track
you
to the silly
name-
things that we're talking about with this question. Rudy, speaking of silly things and people doing silly things, what did you think when one certain Pep Guardiola did the silliest of silly things? Before that game started, I was just reminded by I forgot who brought it up. Was it Miresh that brought it up? What do you? Oh, my chief brought it up. What do you think of one of the silliest things ever when Pep Guardiola decided to start Ortega instead of Edison?
Honestly, I didn't even figure out why. I never figured out why that happened. It happened so quick because
because of the
we were
Feyenoord game.
traveling. Yeah, so it happened so quick when we were traveling, and then I looked at my phone. I was like, "Oh my God, he benched Ederson." And then I guess it was because and I don't know. I honestly don't know. I didn't have time
What
to
a
really
game to
figure that
bench
out.
you. What a game to bench your player, bro. That's crazy. Guardiola,
And
he deserves it. He honestly deserves it because he does shit like that, and then he's gotten away because he's managed Messi his entire career and been in great setup. He's always does shit like this and gets away with it. He's finally, thank God,
yeah,
he fucking
but
gets burnt.
to be fair
How do
though,
you
Zal,
drop,
it's
bro? How do you drop Edison in your most important game? You're already missing hella players, and you choose. You're missing hella players, not by choice. They're out injured, and then you choose to drop your goalkeeper. That's crazy.
I mean, but that's just how it works, dude. Like in life, if you're bad at if you fuck up at work, they're not just gonna keep making you do it.
Unless you're
Unless
Ben
you're
Simmons,
Messi.
Unless
that's
you're
Unless
David
you're
De Gea,
uncalled for. Uncalled for. Let me not take
But I
tabs.
don't
That
know.
was
I
bad.
mean, Ortega has shown that he can play very well. Like Ederson was hurt last year. I don't know. I think that's honestly, I think that's the least of our problems.
he was really good in the FA Cup.
Actually, yeah,
No,
that's
I really
Yeah.
appreciated his start.
to be
Yeah.
fair
So
to him.
he's got a
I don't think he really was at fault in that game. If we're being fair to him, but
They
it
gave
was
away the
just
Rudy-
penalty.
Rudy, I hate how much
Oh yeah.
I'm laughing at how you look right now because that's exactly what I'm gonna look like tomorrow.
Smokes,
yeah,
we
bro,
need-
Like
we
get
need- we
ready.
need to-
diaper
we
on
need
the
to tape
back
a
of the
segment.
head.
Rudy, can
We
you
need
lean
to tape
your
a segment
head
of this
towards the
podcast.
camera?
We need to
What
hop
is
on
that?
this.
I would. It's just there's so much pain. Jeez.
Okay, all right.
It's just not safe.
I
So you
want
gotta
you to
wait,
say-
hold on. So you gotta roll
Oh.
with that Nick piece. You gotta roll with that Nick piece all night.
I think I'm getting woozy. I just don't know if talking sports is really important. I'm just getting woozy.
Oh, I can't wait for Nicky Smokes to be cut up. Nicky Smokes, you need to go live. Go live from your table. Tell them
I think
set up the-
Wonton's streaming my whole surgery.
This is why I love Turkey. Wait, the USA, they would have told you HIPAA.
I
True.
think I
They're
have to
like,
sign
I love
something.
Turkey. I love Turkey. Yeah, anything flies. The fact that Eddie was
Hey, him
he was
live
allowed to
streaming
just
the
walk.
surgery makes me feel better because if they botch it on live, they're fucked, and I'm getting a bag.
True.
Anyway,
It's crazy. Anyway, back on
Rudy,
track.
we appreciate you coming on. I know you're in critical condition. If you'd like to stay, we'd love to have you. But I know right now you're going through shit that actually matters. Hairline
Right,
coming
exactly.
back to life.
It's just crazy that why even really spend all this time and energy on these sort of things that we don't have control over. It's just I don't know. Just really
I
gives you a
agree.
sense
Let's
of perspective.
refocus Wednesday. Let's refocus Wednesday, and then we'll decide if sports matter or not.
I
And
agree. Yeah. I agree
hypothetically-
with that, Chief.
Hypothetically,
Who's Chief
If-
playing on Wednesday?
if I were to give an opinion on the game,
Oh, Man City.
and hypothetically, if I were to care, the old me, I would have said, yeah, we suck. You could have seen that coming for a mile away. They're just better, and they showed it from the very beginning. We're just not very good right now, and no one has confidence. And it went about exactly as you would have guessed. There was a brief moment where we may have been able to do it, or tie it up at least. But that moment went away really quickly. And I think there's something wrong with Manuel Akanji. And I'm worried about him.
Bozo Gene.
Like he just,
He
it
was
was like
so
he just
solid.
didn't
He was
care.
so solid last season. Now he's got the bozo. He was probably your best defender last season.
I gotta
He
say,
just was so
Phil Foden
lax.
is in that same camp.
Yeah, Foden's,
I mean-
Foden's bins right now, man.
He just could.
Oh,
He,
yeah.
right. I think it just happens. Like this is all hypothetical.
Even
because,
guys
I said, there's
like
bigger
Ake
things.
never used to make a single mistake.
Right. And then also with Foden, it's just one of those things where like it's so bad that I'm in the position now where I'm like, all right, like everyone just sucks right now. Let's just try to make
Foden needs
something
to
out of
get
this
heat.
year.
I'm sorry. Foden needs to get heat. The people killed
Yeah,
Foden. People
and-
need to kill Foden.
I kind of feel you on that one, Za. I'll give you that. Like Saka would get murdered for it, but it's also because your fan base is just crazy. Like,
That too, yeah. I mean, we do it to ourselves.
Man City fans, it's
Guys
like,
like
we've
me.
had so many wins now. Everyone's sort of like, all right, yeah, we might just have a
Right.
bad year.
Rudy,
Wait,
you
I
missed
like
the, you
I
missed
like
the,
this version of Rudy.
You missed the, you missed the
he's
first
allowing
part of the
Za.
episode.
Yeah.
It was a good time. First part of the episode. It was,
I'm
it
sure.
was
Laugh
great.
Laugh
There
it
was
up,
there
dude.
was
Laugh it
dancing.
up, dude.
When we were talking Arsenal, we were dancing, we were cheering, we were doing all the good stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, listen, like I said, there's just no need for me to worry about such things. And
Now,
I don't even know
hypothetically,
who's at the top of the table right now. I don't even know.
Rudy, if you were to care about a match on Wednesday between Man City and Nottingham Forest, what would your outlook on that game be? And what would you
we're
expect?
gonna skull fuck Nottingham Forest. Okay, let's not get it twisted.
Yeah, how
Because
did,
here's
how
the
did you
thing.
feel about your 1-0, Chief? Your 1-0.
Here's the thing, like, yeah, it's like we had a tough run of games. We went into Anfield and we're not very good. Like, there's going to be a team where we're like, okay, the banter's over. Hardy har fucking
It's-
har. We're not going to win
It's
the
not
league
Nottingham
this
Forest,
year.
I'll tell you that.
But there's going to be a team that gets spanked in a way that is concerning for feminism, and it's going to be Nottingham Forest.
It ain't gonna be Nottingham Forest. I'll tell you that for free.
For free.
I'm just sort of.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Just gonna get some of my soup.
Get this guy off the camera.
All right, Rudy, we appreciate your service.
I just want you to know, Chief. I just want you to know, Chief. This is who you're fighting up against. Okay, it's like fighting a
Dead
blind
bodies?
guy.
Fighting a dead
It's
guy.
like, yeah, it's like fighting a blind guy. I beat your ass. You're a clown. You beat my ass. You're a disgusting freak.
1-0 to the
All right.
Forest.
That's
right.
unbelievable. We love you,
Yeah,
Rudy. Stay
I don't
strong.
know what's gonna happen honestly on Wednesday. I have no fucking idea.
I don't know either. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not gonna lie. God, your head looks fucking awful.
That bro.
Yeah,
It's
that is
when he
crazy.
moved the camera and I saw the top part.
Oh.
It's a grisly scene on first day for sure.
How
Yeah.
long? Well,
You'll
you
be
have to
looking
fly
pretty
with-
soon,
fly with the
Rudy.
bandages?
Bandages
They
come
take the
off
bandages
tomorrow.
off tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Bro,
first day is pretty
very
good,
soon you'll have luscious locks like these.
I know. I asked them if I could get the Zaw DLC. I was like, can I get black shreds? And they were like, no, sir.
The Carlos, do they have the Carlos Boozer sprays over there?
Yeah, Eddie was looking into that.
Right,
Oh,
sorry,
my
Chief.
days.
Sorry, Chief.
All right. Let's get
I'm
into
gonna let
these
you guys
match.
stay
About the
on track.
forest.
I'm
We
gonna let you
Yeah.
guys
hear
stay on
about the
track and get
forest.
off.
All right,
Thanks, Rudy.
thanks, buddy. Wow, I mean, this episode's been fucking electric so far.
It
Unbelievable.
is
Um,
the most discombobulated episode we've ever done.
They
So
might.
sorry to the
They're gonna have to
listeners,
bear
but
and
with
that's
us.
why I think it's our best episode. I really do. Like, I am genuinely. I always enjoy the show, but I haven't laughed this hard on a show ever, and it's
we're
glorious.
The Rudy visuals are just they're unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. All right, let's get into these previews because I have surgery in 6 hours and I really have to piss. So I'm going to start things off. I'll give it to Czar, Chief, and I'll hop right back on.
Give it to Chief because I also want to hear. I want to hear a little bit about how he felt about Forrest that 1-0.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
that
Chief,
1-0.
go.
Look, Nuno said, "Hey, like we got to get back to business here. We got to be. I want a clean sheet." They delivered, so they look much better defensively, much more solid. Having Gibbs, White, and Anderson being able to push the ball through the
I was about to
midfield,
say.
we are a different team with those two guys in when versus when they're not. So Forrest was better. I said this on Twitter. I'm starting to like Callum Hudson-Odoi has to get it going. He was awful. He was by far Forrest's worst player in that game against Ipswich. So he has moments of brilliance, but they're happening like a month apart. So to me, I probably wouldn't start him against City. I think I'd play 5 at the back and then have Alanga and Wood kind of
You
run.
wouldn't start.
I don't think so.
Ooh.
yeah,
He was so bad.
Who's your other wing? So it's
They have
who do you have? It's Elanga,
Johnson
Jota,
Silva
who else?
and
Hudson-Odoi,
and Sosa.
Sosa.
Yeah.
You wouldn't start Odoi?
Not this week. No, not on Wednesday. I wouldn't. We'll see what they do. I mean, when they beat Liverpool, they did that box midfield and they brought Alanga and Hudson-Odoi on late. And something in my, I don't have anything to back this up, but in my head, when you bring Hudson-Odoi on as a sub, he looks to get in the game quickly, like make plays, make things happen. And he doesn't bring anything defensively. And he just wasn't a threat at all going forward. So if Forrest wants to be, in this level where they're in around the top 6, they need more out of him and Alanga. But I thought Odoi was terrible. But I loved how they played defensively. They were nails defensively. I don't remember. They had one genuine chance off of a corner that Ina kicked out, but they were the better team.
Forest game.
Yeah.
Sorry. Shit. I forgot. I'm not muted. I'm trying to think.
Forrest had more of the ball. They look great. So now it's like back to a big test. They're going into the Etihad on Wednesday. They're reeling. I am worried that it's like a get right spot for City because they have talent. I don't know what's going on. It is like Space Jam where the Monstars
It's not gonna happen.
all their
guys.
talent. I could see
you.
it. I could see us losing 1-0 though.
I'll tell you why it's not going to happen to you guys.
All right.
Because of your defense, your defenders. And the more I watch this guy, I am upset at the fact that I can't remember which window it was and who we ended up going. I think it might have been the Kivio window. We ended up getting Kivio, I believe, or maybe it's a different one. I forgot which one it was. But we looked at this guy. We looked at this guy in the Forest back line. And because of our contact at the time, we almost got this motherfucker for 30 million. I forgot what the number was at the time, something very reasonable. And we just didn't pull the trigger. We ended up going to Kivio route. Murillo is a hell of a player. Murillo was meant to be. Murillo, I think we came sniffing for both him and Danilo. We looked at Danilo because we needed a midfielder. But we also, while looking at Danilo, the Murillo thing came up, and I was just never. I just kind of brushed it off. I never really watched him. The more I watch him now, he's a hell of a player. That guy.
He's really good. I mean, there's a reason why he's linked to Real Madrid and Barcelona and all.
Madrid is sniffing. Okay, makes sense. I mean, he's
so. I mean, but he had barely played any first team football in Brazil. So I think he did half
this season. This season, he's up there with Van Dijk, with Gabriel. Van Dijk, Gabriel, Murillo.
I think there's a
Masraoui. He's up there with those guys that are balling. Like Cucurella's been doing well.
I think there's a clear top 3 pairings for center backs. It's you guys.
You're there.
It's Liverpool, and then it's us. So with Milovic and Murillo.
So we get the Gabriel Saliba combination gets the change from last season because people saw them last season and all that and they remember that. But we defensively haven't been as solid as we were last year. So it's I would put your guys ahead of. I mean, we're good defensively, we're good, but
Yeah,
we haven't been as solid. But your Murillo and the other guy, the Eastern European guy,
Milenkovic from Serbia.
Milenkovic,
Yeah.
them two are unbelievable defenders, man.
They're great, and Murillo can really play the ball too. Like
Ola
he's
Aina.
Ina's great. They got Ina on a free from
I want
Torino.
I want Aina at Arsenal.
Well,
I mean, I've
he's
said this.
signing a
I've
long-term
been an admirer
contract,
for the
so
longest
get
time.
fucked. But yeah, I think Forest they're at the beginning of this project, so everyone wants to compare everybody to Brighton, like the way Brighton's doing it. We're ahead of that, and I do think if they get a little bit more out of the wings, that this team is pretty rock solid. It's like the only problem is they've had so many injuries in the middle. So when Gibbs White is out and Anderson's out, like they just don't have anybody to progress the ball going forward. But when they're healthy, they can play with anybody. So I hope that they do the job on Wednesday, and then I got Miresh's ass on Saturday. So
you know how good you have it that every game you look up in the stands, your owner's sitting there watching games. Fucking Cronky has only been to games that the fucking King and what's the other bold idiot's name? The William. The games that the King and William at. He only comes to Wembley.
Yeah, I will say Marinakis is still in the middle of I think he had a 5-game home match suspension, so he hasn't been around for like 6 weeks or something. But
my owner ain't even getting no stadium suspension because guess what? That motherfucker doesn't even know where the fuck it is.
Yeah,
he owns the club.
Marinakis he's a lunatic. He's a big fat Greek mafia looking guy, or maybe a mafia real guy, depending on what you read. But he wants to win and he wants trophies, and he's spent his money and he's building a new stadium, but buying city ground, and renovating that. So it's hard to really throw stones at him at this point. Like it's been a great run here with Marinakis, and I think they're serious. That's why they go out and get an Edu, and they're buying other clubs, and everyone's like, they're going to have to sell Murillo and Gibbs White. And he's like, no, fuck that. Like, we'll deal with PSR a different way. We're keeping our best guys.
In a different way.
Well, they sold Mangala and Nakate for like a combined 45 million. It's like they both kind of stink. So I don't, and then the backup forward. So yeah. I
was my guy.
I liked him, but he was always hurt. He was always hurt.
Moose, big Moose.
So I'm very encouraged. I think it was, look, we got a little out over our skis and guys were hurt. You give up 3 to Newcastle, then get smoked by you guys without our best players. And it was not good, but I'm glad that they got back to their identity. They're healthy. And now it's like, I do think when they're healthy, they can, on a day, they can beat anybody.
Hold on. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try some technology.
Oh!
I heard it. Listeners hear that?
I found it.
Yes.
That was wet and definitely sharp. That was disgusting.
I put it straight.
Why did you do that?
Probably has fucking poop on it.
And now he's putting it in his ear.
That was gross.
I had to get the mic by my ass so the listeners could hear it. I've been sitting on that part the entire episode. All right, sorry. Go ahead, Base folks.
You were disgusting. That's number one. I can't believe you just did that and then put the headphone right back in your ear. You deserve fucking pink ear. You're gonna come up. You're gonna create a new disease. All right. I have surgery in 5 hours, so there is one game I want to talk about before I hop off, and it is the Wednesday match between Arsenal and Manchester United. I wish Miresh wasn't in New York. I wish I wasn't in fucking Turkey, because there's no place I'd rather be than in the Chicago office grilling this angry little oversized elf named Miresh. Not you, Za. You might be small. You might be small. You might be small in height, but Miresh is small in heart. This man has no fight, no dog, waving in the white towel already. He's going to sit here and tell you we're at our lowest. It's irrelevant if we lose. But if they were to ever beat Arsenal, they would be twerking. It would be the greatest day of his life. So don't let him and his little pussy little attitude like, oh, you guys should beat us. distract you from the fact that this game is his fucking Super Bowl. And on Wednesday, I fully anticipate a proper ass whooping. Arsenal, 3-0.
All right.
Depends on how we come out. Squad rotations looked good.
Oh, his screen's
A
down.
win for you
Funny.
guys.
Oh, it's
My
perfect
screen's down?
timing for your screen to freeze. Yeah. Stop hitting the freeze button.
It's just Wi-Fi. I'm not scared. We got to play you 2 more times. I bet you don't know this, but we drew you in the FA Cup. So
I saw that, dumbass. I have the internet out here.
We got 3 games against you this season. Starts here. I think we get a point.
All right, let me ask you a question because we're kind of in the same boat. We have City, you have Arsenal, then we play each other. How many points would you be happy with at the end of those 2 games?
4.
Okay. So anything less than
Where
4
are
is-
you dropping points?
I'm dropping points with you guys and getting a
So
win
it's
at
a
home
draw
against Forest.
Arsenal, and you're beating Forest. Is that what you're saying?
We're at Old Trafford as a more confident place to get 3 points. I don't think we're going to get 3 points as a realistic person in this world away at the Emirates in the current form that Arsenal's in. Yes, we are also scoring goals at a high clip for the first time in like 12 months, but I don't think we're at the stage in our new project with this manager where we can confidently go into the Emirates and say we're going to give them what they can give back to us. But
So 3 is the answer.
the
You're saying.
the way that we're going to beat you. But Onana, the way that he's playing, the way that our forwards are being able to find the back of the net, I think we can. Rashford always fancies a goal at the Emirates. He always fancies a banger. That's just facts. He always shows up and does some weird shit. He nutmegged Partey last time out and then put one in the back of the net. So we do fancy a game there. He fancies a game there. I think we score at least 1 goal. That's my only prediction.
Zah.
What do you guys want? Shtick, or my real? Nah, I'm kidding. I gave you shtick at the beginning. Real feelings. I mean, you guys know the Smokes Chief scene now. Hey, this is my game. This is the one. I mean, for the local Arsenal fans, Tottenham is their game. The ones that live in London, the local ones, Tottenham's their game. For me personally, this is my game. This is the one. This is the one that I've been going to war with people since the year 1996. This is the one I've been going to war with cousins, with friends, and all that. This game means everything to me. This game means everything to me. My family group chat will be buzzing during and after this game. All the how we playing and all that goes out the window. I don't want nothing fancy. I don't want nothing I don't care who plays, what happens, what. I just need us to win. Comes rain, come snow, come thunder. I just need the players to back my idiocy that I was doing this morning, running around this fucking room, trying to irritate the living daylights out of you guys. I need Saka to be able to see that clip, Odegaard to be able to see that clip, Saliba to be able to see that clip and say, all right, there's my guy running around my room. I see him running around the room. That's my guy. That's who backs me on the internet streets. You know what I'm going to do for him? I'm going to win this game for him. So do I think we're in a good place to be playing Manchester United right now? Absolutely. This is probably the best time to be playing them because the more games that Amarim gets under his belt, and let me tell you guys something, that guy is a serious manager. He knows what he's doing. It wasn't jokes like when I saw Ole Gunnar Solskjaer come in, I was running the jokes. When the other guy that they try to tell me is a PhD in football, he's a scientist, Dutch this structures, this. They try to tell me that Ralph Regnick guy was this, that. Boom, I was running them jokes. Ten Hag, boom, running them jokes. This guy is gonna do something. And it's now that we have to enjoy right now when he still has people like Johnny Evans to work his system, people like fucking Casemiro to work his system. Once he gets good players in, it's gonna be good. And as you said, you mentioned the guy that I'm scared of. Arsenal games, petrified of Marcus Rashford. He shows up against Arsenal. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know why. This motherfucker is the worst player on the planet, but somehow coming to Arsenal games, he shows up. And guess what? We are, in our case, we're kind of cooked because we're meeting him during the annual Marcus Rashford boom of form. Rashford does this whole thing where he has form for like half a year or at most. And then the United guys like Miresh get happy, they twerk, they call him world class. Then he goes back to being Marcus Rashford. He's at the beginning of that, so I'm very worried. And all that being said, I still expect us to win, and I think we'll win. Our defense is very good. I think we'll win 2-0.
Wow.
Hmm.
All right, boys, I'm going to hop off. I have literally 4 hours until surgery. So, by all
Good luck,
means,
Nicky Smokes.
preview all the
Let's
games.
preview Chiefs.
And
Yeah, we'll preview some.
all right, sounds good. I'm
Dude,
heading
Smokes,
out.
good luck. Good
Hold
luck
down
with
the
the
show.
Chiefs.
Thank you, boys. Thank you.
Can you go live and send pictures and all that, bro? Document, send, tweet everything. I'm drinking the turkey content. I am drinking the Istanbul content.
I got you. All right, boys. I appreciate you. Hold it down.
Good
Peace.
luck. Good luck,
Julio,
brother.
Chief Wednesday, right?
Here, I'll pull them up.
Well,
So I've got them all here. So Tuesday, we actually start tomorrow. So I'm gonna release this episode tonight as soon as I'm done. As soon as we're done. First game we've got Ipswich Palace.
I'm taking Ipswich. I think they're the better team. They're gonna.
You did talk about it. Sorry.
They're gonna score goals. I think Ipswich is solid. I don't think they're going to be relegated. I think this is like a relegation battle, and I think they get the win at home.
Yeah, but we said going into last week that Palace was going to go, I think, against Villa. So 2 weeks ago now. They went and got a result.
Drew,
That's
right?
why I think it could be a draw here. I think it's a draw.
They did just draw against. They got 2 draws in a row, Villa and Newcastle. So they're punching above their weight. Maybe they are rounding into form, but I still. This is a monster game for the relegation battle, and I think I just trust Kieran McKenna and those guys more at this point, at home.
It's fair. They've shown us a little bit more. Oh,
Yeah.
Actually, they've only won 1 Premier League game. So have they shown us that much more? They just stick around better.
They stick around better, and I do trust them. If there's only 1 goal in this game, I trust it to be Ipswich.
Actually, they're both in the same form, 1-6-6. They're both in the same form. So, all right.
Not to make this about us, but we play Palace twice back to back this month. Later on in the month, in the League Cup and the league. But I think Palace.
Will Eddie finally find the back of the net? Find the back of the net,
bro. It's getting hard out here for the Eddie Nketiah Defense League that consists of just me. I stand strong, tall, proud, alone, like I'm a goddamn United States Marine.
All right, what's the next game?
Leicester West Ham. That's another one where both teams are in pretty well. Leicester, new manager bounce. Rude's already confirmed.
Oh, is he got a big?
Yeah, he's officially signed and appointed. He was in the stands for that ass whooping.
Yeah.
And I think he just really is understanding how big of a job he's got on his hands.
It's a huge job because everybody, and look, I got a soft spot obviously for Cooper. I've talked about it a lot, but everybody was Cooper out. So they finally fire Cooper. And then it's like their whole fan base, because it is kind of a local rivalry, I kind of get a lot of Leicester in my timeline. Mm-hmm. Now they're all just like, man, these players suck. It's like, yeah, guys, your team sucks. So it wasn't Cooper. Rude's not going to be able to fix this. I think they're in big trouble. I like West Ham in this game. I don't think Rude is. They don't have any horses.
They've got a few. Buonanotte is a good baller. Ayu's also a good player. And the problem here is that they're having a tough time scoring goals. And the thing with Leicester is they've got this taste. They got that giant taste of winning.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now they feel like they belong in the Premier League, and they have this pedigree of like, this is where we belong at this level. And unfortunately, they don't have the funds. They don't have the backing. They can't stay in the Premier League for too long. So that's why they got that, and it's a tough taste to get because they can't sustain it.
Look at what Pep Guardiola, to win the 6 or 7 titles that he was dancing around and doing that he did. Look at what that motherfucker did. Look at the City wingers. He started off with who?
Sane.
Sterling.
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 Yeah.
Then came Mahrez. Then came, different iterations. What was that little Spanish guy's name? Ferran Torres came in. Mahrez, Ferran Torres. Who else? Who else was City?
Yeah,
But you get what I
Bernardo.
mean. And Doku
Bernardo.
now,
Yeah.
Bernardo.
Yeah.
It's you constantly have to stay at the top. You constantly have to keep investing and evolving. And Leicester didn't do that, man. It was a magical right. They didn't belong. They didn't.
They
And
lost that whole
this is the
team.
most.
They lost the whole team except
I
for
mean, this is the
Vardy.
most.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the most respectful way. It's just lack of better words. I can't. The English vocabulary. You can't choose really something that's a better thing. They didn't belong. They didn't belong being there at the top at the time. That season came out of nowhere. They ended up at the top. Boom. Now they think they have a right because they ended up at the top. But they're being at the top. How it works is you got to keep pumping the money.
Yep.
Yeah. So who are you taking?
All that being said, is Leicester away?
No, they're at the King Power.
Is at home against West Ham. I'm taking West Ham.
Same.
All right, so Chiefs going West Ham. Zaz going West Ham. I think West Ham. We keep saying they got to turn it around with all the money that they spent, so I'll go West Ham as well.
I don't think
But
they're
the-
turning it around. I just think they're better than Leicester.
But who was the German striker they signed?
Full crew.
He's
Yeah.
not even in the
Isn't he?
squad.
He's injured, right?
He's
Is he
barely played the whole year.
And
Yeah.
he was on the bench too when he was fit. He wasn't even
Yeah.
starting. I had him on my fantasy team. I thought he was going to be the new signing thing. I had him on my fantasy team, and the guy didn't even play a second.
All right, what's the next game we want?
Everton Wolves.
It's another relegation battle. Everton looked so bad last game that this smells like a draw to me. I don't
Everton,
really like,
Manchester United. Who did Wolves play?
Wolves played. I'll tell you in a
Why
second.
don't I remember the Wolves game?
they got
played
smoked by
Bournemouth.
They gave up 4 to
Bournemouth, yeah.
Bournemouth, but that was like the guy had the
Did I watch that game?
hat trick on penalties. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
If I watched
Kluivert
the
got the
game.
hat trick on penalties, first ever in the Premier League.
Oh, yeah. I only saw the highlights. I didn't
I'm
see
just,
that.
you know what? I think it's a don't look,
I'm on
just
it. I'm
throw.
on Wolves.
Yeah, no, Everton's at home,
I'm on
but
Wolves.
so Sean Dyche they don't got anything.
I'm on
Yeah,
Wolves.
I gotta go Wolves here.
Yeah.
I gotta go Wolves here.
Garner's out. They don't have it. And they miss Onana so badly in the middle.
Oh,
Everton
so badly.
Yeah.
Decore can't do that job.
Nope.
And then the next game will be City Forest. We talked a little bit about it. Chief, what's your official prediction for
touched
this
that
game?
on that.
I think
Chief
it's going to
touched-
be a low event game. I will probably end up betting Forest, but I don't. It's not
Plus
something-
650.
hard-
Plus
I know,
650
that-
money line.
That's why. But it's hard to be confident.
Forest money line is what?
Plus
Plus
660.
60.
Yep.
Because I was
You're
trying
on
to make
top.
some generational money.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna
Going
roll.
in right now.
I'm gonna roll with my guys.
DraftKings coming up.
Ooh, like it. But I am nervous heading into this one. Like I was all when it was going into Arsenal, I was all full of bravado. I got humble pied a little bit. So I think Forest can win, especially if they're all at full strength and healthy. But I feel like I feel like there's only one goal in this game.
What is
Game
where's
as
Nottingham
a
Forest?
casual. If Forest go up in the first half,
Where's the
I
Nottingham
think you're
Forest
going to
at?
hear the boo birds flying around the empty half.
That's true.
That'll be 8 games.
What do
they're
you?
looking
Yeah.
at.
What do you guys? If you were a City fan, what would you be doing?
I'd probably be putting on my old Man U kits from the team I used to support before this team got relevant.
There it is.
That's what
There it
I'd
is.
probably start
There
doing.
it is. There it
Yeah.
is.
I don't think they care. I really don't. I don't think there's any panic. They know the Qatari money's behind them. It's just it's a bad year, and I don't think they live and die with it like the way other clubs do.
Well,
Yeah, I
there's
think-
this
I
new
think people-
petition from the league to remove the state-owned clubs that
I saw that.
Newcastle and
That's
City
not
will
gonna-
have
I
to
saw
sell
that,
their
but
team.
that's not going to happen.
You never know.
It should.
There's
They-
this.
they already-
there's
These guys, the thing is, the state-owned guys just have so much money, and money runs it. The Premier League needs the money. They
Yeah.
literally look at what's going on with this case. Look at what's going on with the case. This
Yeah.
case is not being seen because they're trying to drag it out so that we forget. The
Yeah.
city just has way too much money, man. It's crazy. They want the oil money to keep the league alive.
What's the next game?
Yeah. Zab, you're gonna go Forest in this one? Officially?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
There's too
Yeah,
much.
I'm
Plus 650
Plus
is
650 is too good.
Yeah.
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 For
Yeah.
City,
Next
City
game
playing
is,
terrible. It's
next game could be the banana peel. Liverpool takes a trip to St.
It
James
definitely
Park.
is. People are gonna say
I
it's a
don't
banana
know if
peel.
you consider that a
That's
banana
not a
peel.
banana
That's
peel.
that's a
I
that's a
expect,
tough game.
I expect Newcastle to win. That's not a banana peel.
Yep, Newcastle's
All
good.
right.
I like a draw on that one. Newcastle is sneaky, sort of like Tottenham, where you just never know what version of them you're going to
Yeah.
get from week to week.
Especially at St. James's Park.
Yeah. So
Liverpool in their last 3 trips there have won.
Bro, Newcastle's plus
Two-
310. That's crazy.
they're
2-1,
begging me to
2-0,
take
and
it
1-0. I think it's a trap. I think Liverpool stay confidently where they need to be.
I might do a Newcastle Forest parlay. Let's see what that pays.
That's called the why don't you put Arsenal in there and we can officially label it the God is good, God is great parlay.
That's my pick.
That
is my pick. That's my the God is good. God is great. Nottingham Forest. All my upset dead.
So
Dead.
it's if you do parlay those 3 on DraftKings, it's plus 3,072.
I am definitely doing that.
So a $25 bet pays out over 1,100. I might do that now too.
Plus 4,372.
I do think
It's
Isak
not
is
a bad bet.
Isak's a guy who can cause them problems with his movement.
I think he got hurt. I think he's hurt.
Oh, he's out again?
I think he might have gotten hurt.
Bro,
last
that
match.
guy is
All
why?
right, next
Man,
game. We're at an hour and a
that's
half.
a-
So let's
that's-
fly
that's
through.
a-
Yeah. We gotta move. Southampton, Chelsea.
Chelsea, pump. Southampton doesn't have the horses.
And it's at Southampton, so your boy's going to be up for it. But I think Chelsea take care of business here and show us why they are where they are. We talked Arsenal United. We got Villa Brentford. At Villa Park.
I think it's a draw. I think it's like a 2.
I think it's a draw as well.
Yeah, 2-2 draw.
Brentford play well at home. Not so much away. And so I think looks like a draw because Villa's just not in good form. They can't put the ball in the back of the net.
They're running on empty. Something's wrong with Villa. I think it is the increased amount of games and not enough depth, and they're struggling.
Something's going on with Duran as well. That's not being super well reported because I've heard the rumors that he's a problem in camp, but the hype is
he the one? Did he have something with? I think he might have had family issues. Is he the one that? Did he have to go home for something family related?
I don't know.
I heard he was kicked out of practice one day too, but
yeah,
I also saw that.
Yeah.
So who's your pick, Za?
The Aston Villa game.
Yeah.
Oh, Brentford.
Okay.
Brentford. Sorry,
I'm going draw. Chiefs going draw. Fulham Brighton is on Thursday. It's at Fulham.
Yeah. I think this is a draw too. I like this Fulham team. They're kind of just like plucky. They make things happen. What'd they do their last game out? They got a draw in that game.
I know Iwobi got an assist, I believe.
Yeah, they had
Brighton
a draw.
is the fourth in the table here.
Actually,
I know.
I ain't Brighton.
I think because Fulham's at home, I'll take a draw.
Cool. Craven Cottage is a tough place to play, but I'm going to stick Brighton. I think Brighton take care of business here. And then finally rounding out
between those teams right now. Like they're not that Fulham's not far off it.
I know. And then to round out match week 14, we've got Bournemouth at home taking on Spurs.
Solanke revenge game.
Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Solanke.
It's not revenge. He got gifted a bunch of money to go to a bigger club. So. I think that Spurs have to bounce back here to stay relevant in this top 10 scenario, right? Like if these other teams get points this week and Spurs drops again, they're now faltering to at pace with United, if not below United. That's not a place that they want to be or have been all season. So I think they got to at least try and get a draw here. Obviously, they're going to go
Spurs
for
is
the
close
win,
to. Wait, what? If
but
they
Spurs is what,
lose,
6th or 7th?
7th. They're
Yeah,
behind.
yeah. So
holy
United are 9th.
shit! That's how streak. Wow. You guys are United's closer than I thought you guys were.
Yeah, they're only 3 points off Forest.
Don't look now.
What did I tell Miresh? I have been the one beating the drum. Amarim is going to change your life.
All right,
You
so
don't
official
wanna say it, I'll
predictions, so
say
we
it.
can predictions, so we can round this one out.
I'm taking Bournemouth,
Bournemouth
at
against
home.
Spurs.
Yep.
Yeah. I forgot to add them
think
to my
you-
God is
I-
good parlay.
I think you can't go against Bournemouth at home. They have been playing pretty well there. That's where they took down Arsenal. That's where they took down City, albeit different circumstances. But they did take down those
Yeah,
big
red
teams.
card to Saliba.
I said, albeit different circumstances.
Ariola has those boys ready to go basically every game. They're structured. They don't beat themselves. I like Bournemouth. I think that's like the big Ange ball where they take a lot of chances. They have that super high line. I think Bournemouth with Semenyo and Evan Nilsson, like they're going to be able to have their chances, and I think those guys will bury. And I like Bournemouth to win at home.
Perfect. All right, I'm also going to go Bournemouth. So the whole crew is taking Bournemouth there. That rounds out this week's episode of Pitch Picks. I know it was a long one. Hopefully, keep you entertained for a while. Thank you to Rudy Smokes for hopping in from Istanbul. We had Jack Mack in
shout
here
out to
defend Spurs. We've got a busy match week 14 midweek. So that means we'll be back on Thursday evening. We're dropping an episode to recap that and get us ready for match week 15, which gets started on Saturday. Thank you guys for listening and enjoy the fixtures, brothers.
You Reds.
Watch out for the God is good parlay.